On the light because the light just ghosted on me. So, hi everybody. What is a narcissist? What is a narcissist? So we have a lot of people that are viewing our narcissist videos, and some people are asking, what are narcissists? And they're asking because they could potentially be one, or they could potentially be with one. Or you just may be uninformed about the narcissist. When I go on my YouTube channel and I look at the amount of views on the videos regarding narcissists, I have to keep speaking to the issue because those are where the views are. There are videos down there that I've done when I was in the throes of my marriage with a narcissist. And oh my goodness, some of those videos, if you watch them, you can really see the emotion that I was going through at that time. And you can see my whole facial demeanor, things I was saying. It was just like going around and around in circles trying to find a reason whether or not to stay in that mess. However, God is good. He is good. And out of it, He's giving me my testimony. And as I can see people like it, because some videos that I've done, like, literally have hit over 600 views, and I've had other videos that are like 15. So let me get to it. So how can you decipher a narcissist? I'm going to try to keep going with this series, but remember, I'm not with one anymore, so I don't really have a lot of the hardcore emotion and the I do have a Quora where I do have people on it that constantly post that are going through it and are asking questions, and they can give you more raw emotion that would come from being with one. However, mine is now a testimony, so the ignition is not like pumped up on it, but I mean, I remember bits of it. One thing I used to tell that narcissist ex of mine, and he just didn't realize that I really don't, I don't remember a lot. Like, I don't even remember his birthday anymore. I don't remember like things that are not going to add extreme amount of value. And for me to even give you this much information is because I'm leaning and depending on God to refresh me in the areas where I can be of service concerning this heart-wrenching disease that's going on. Also, He's placed me with girls and other mentees that are victims of this, that are going through it. And I actually am called to work with women who are going through relationships with narcissists. I have some women that have children with narcissists. And I mean, I miscarried the one child I was caring for that man, and I can now understand why. I wouldn't be able to be the Northern Duchess that I am, nor the travels that I have to do, nor the responsibilities that I hold. So I understand why. However, let's get on to the tutorial. How can you discern whether or not someone is a narcissist? If someone doesn't seem to have any emotion, they just don't have a heart. They're just like kind of like blank when it comes down to emotion. There's like no empathy there. They don't seem to be able to relate to emotion. And oftentimes these people, in the beginning, they're very in tune with emotion. In the beginning, they know how to say what you need to hear. I mean, they know how to reel you in because they have their eye on a prize. And that prize is to get something out of you that they need. Oftentimes you'll find narcissists are hard on their luck, because a lot of people cannot stand being around people such as them. The only person that they think about is their self. So they have very few friends. And if they do have friends normally, their friends are struck with some of the same issues that they have. So one good sign I would say to look for from a narcissist is that drawing factor in the beginning. I believe they call that gaslighting. And they kind of say everything that you need to hear. They're always saying the things that you need to hear. They're always feeding into whatever you need, and they're always feeding from you. As far as they need your attention, they want you around. They constantly got to have you around. And then once you really get comfortable with them and begin to let off some layers of your protection barrier is when they begin to come in for the kill. So it's a cycle of repetition with them. What they like to do is build you up into the relationship to let you down. And they do this again and again until you begin to lose control over your emotions concerning it. Because you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? I'm a decent person. Where am I going wrong in this particular cycle? Well, this is their normal. And their normal is to pull things close to them to let it go. Pull things close to them to let it go. In their mind, I believe it's a way that they're priming you for the ultimate screw. Now, I'm going to tell you, there are some women and men that do not escape the narcissist. Some people are married to them. Some people live with them. Some people are being raised by them. And it's a cycle where they're nervous or nerve-wracked and they can't really get out. And this is why we're going to continue to press them with our videos, continue to inform, continue to educate, because if we're not doing it, then who will? And we who have gotten out are the ones that have to do it. I can now take a moment to just take a sip of tea so that I can get myself together for this final bit of information that is going to be very imperative to know, because this is the way that the narcissist will catch you. Guys, yeah, it's a tea. You guys, I have some fresh mint in there today. I don't think you can see it, but it's in there. You see it? It's horrible. I'd never known of anything like it until it happened to me. Honestly, I had no clue what that kind of person was. I didn't know what was wrong with him. My mother was like, "Ooh, what's wrong with him?" I mean, and my mother is very impartial. I mean, she's not someone to critique anyone, but she herself knew that something was wrong. Even my grandmother, who's a missionary, we all knew something was wrong with him, but we just couldn't quite put our hand on it until the Lord revealed to me what it was called. And when he told me the word narcissist, I didn't even know what it was. I heard the word narcissist in the spirit, and I jumped up and I Googled it, and I'm telling you, as I began to read, I realized that everything that was being defined in that term was exactly who he is. And so we get to the point where the beginning starts, the relationship starts, and he's coming hot and heavy, and he seems as though he's really in love with you, and this has got to be it, and you're like, really? And you're flattered, and you're excited, and he's giving, and he's giving, and he's giving, and I'm telling you, he goes cold so quick that it'll make your head spin. Like, you'll still be up here in love, and he'll drop down to straight flat line, and that is what the narcissists do. So you have to be careful when you start a relationship and someone is coming on really hard and hot and heavy, because you just never know when there's that needy, pushy, and even there may be a little mix up and confusion in there, but at the same time, as long as it seems that it's normal and it doesn't seem really wishy-washy, it still doesn't necessarily mean that it is with this type. So the best way to know whether or not you are with a narcissist, and I must say this because I know a lot of you are going to say, it doesn't take forever for me to discern if I want to be in a relationship with someone. Oh, yes, it does with this person. With these types on the scene, I would say I would wait a good period of time before I consider getting in a serious, committed relationship. I'm not even talking about marriage. I'm talking about before you begin to take the layers of your protection shield down. Don't take your protection shield down early when you're getting involved with someone that could potentially be having a lot of issues with other people around him or her. That's the best way to discern a narcissist. You have to look around them. Look at all the people that have walked out of their lives. And you have to ask yourself that question, like, do they have a relationship with their ex, or are they still mad at him and talking about what the ex did? Or are they someone who forgives, or are they someone who carries anger. And if they carry anger and they don't forgive and they don't have a heart, is what you'll ultimately find. They have no sense of emotion concerning the harmful things they say to you, the harmful things they do to you. Trust me, they sleep well. You could be crying and beside yourself, and they'll be sleeping like a baby, because to them, that is normal. So we're going to pick up the series and we're going to let it go. I don't see a lot of you on. I'm going to try to pick it up maybe in another couple of days or so. But when I seen the reviews just popping off regarding the narcissist, I knew that it was time for me to go ahead and pick up talking about it again. And I'm prayerful that if you're not catching it now, you'll catch it later and you'll share it, because that's the important thing to do, is to prevent someone else from becoming a victim of this horrific illness that some people are battling.